My name is Tomas. I'm the Director for Data Privacy at Intertrust Technologies, and I am also a Senior Research Scientist who has been working for almost 20 years on privacy and security technologies. Some of the benefits of the regulation are that some of the principles that the privacy community, both the technology community and the regulatory community has been discussing for years in the policy community, they became part of law. So one of them is an accountability principle, and another one is privacy by design. So accountability means that as an organization, it's not enough to just follow good policies, but you also have to produce evidence that you're following these policies. So you have to produce documentation about the data that you have, the personal data that you have, how they're being treated, what's being done with them, the protection measures that are being applied to this data, and so on. This is a principle that we're more familiar with from something like security standards such as ISO 27000, but then also coming into the privacy realm. So that's really one exciting thing that I think will revolutionize the way that organizations do privacy management. Another interesting aspect of the GDPR is privacy by design. So privacy by design essentially means that you want to build privacy protections into new products or into new technology that you build from the beginning. So it is something that throughout the whole life cycle of the product development process, you are considering privacy concerns, and you're trying to, so this is more technology related, you try, for example, to incorporate privacy enhancing technologies into the product that you're building in order to make it more privacy friendly. Again, this concept has been around for a long time, but the interesting thing is now that organizations are required to fulfill this idea. So there are a number of benefits to adopting privacy by design formally in your organization. So one thing is that as you are, for example, you're mapping out the data flows from your new products, as you are looking if there are any privacy risks, as you're mitigating this risk, you're essentially building your technology from the start with better privacy. Some technologies that will really help with implementing the GDPR are those that support, for example, the accountability principle. And that means technology that helps you document the type of data that you have, how you're treating them, and so on. So that type of technology is going to be already very useful. There are other types of technologies that are specifically mentioned in the GDPR, including encryption, pseudonymization, and various other approaches for data minimization. So using those technologies that help with these properties will also help reduce your risk exposure from, for example, personal data being compromised and so on. Encryption technology and so on, these are technologies that are currently well understood. Some other technologies that can potentially help, technologies that help, for example, with advanced data governance and so on, they're certainly very interesting and promising because they seem to be helping with the data governance goals that the GDPR is setting. Many of these technologies have been known in the research community for a number of years, but what is happening now is that the adoption rate of these technologies will become a lot greater. So some good advice for implementing the GDPR is certainly, if you haven't already done so, to create a task force that includes the various stakeholders in your organization that actually helps to address the various requirements from the GDPR. Of course, the GDPR is complex. Then the next question is, what should you address? So I think it is good to first work on the fundamentals, something like accountability and things such as privacy by design. Those are two very fundamental concepts, to try to get those right, and also to do a gap analysis where you see the greatest risk for your organization that you are not in compliance with GDPR, and then to also in parallel address those risks that you have identified. One of the ways that Intertrust Technologies can help is that Intertrust has been a world leader in the area of digital rights management, which is about applying policy to data. So that really helps with the data governance goals that organizations might have. And we are currently applying some of these similar principles to enterprise-grade technology that helps to manage data within an enterprise in a way that matches the policy requirements from the GDPR. Other technologies that Intertrust offers are wide encryption. This is a technology that can be used to protect personal data and cryptographic keys and other information within mobile apps. So this is also a very useful technology to be used. So the third offering that we have, how we can really help our customers be compliant with GDPR, is that we have media and advertising products that themselves need to be GDPR ready. So, and we have built these products such as Persona Graph Edge and such as Express Play with privacy in mind. So they've been already engineered with privacy in mind, and we are adding features that allow in particular to address some of the specific GDPR requirements, including, for example, the right to be forgotten, so that users can delete information if they so desire. So we are supporting all these different features in our products, and then we can work with our customers to ensure that they, with the help of our technology, are in GDPR compliance.